Well, it's been quite a nice weekend with a drive up to Edmonton, which is about 300 kilometers north of here. Got home yesterday, and you can see the car needs a little bit of a cleanup. Got a lot of bugs, and ended up going through some construction on the way back with a couple of big puddles. Or the windshield's a little dirty. A couple of little mishaps or misadventures. On the way up to Edmonton, I lost a hubcap. On my way home from Edmonton, the little knob on my door handle dropped off, and I'm pretty sure it's either in the door or on the floor here somewhere. I haven't really cleaned anything up. But the most annoying thing that happened, well, that didn't help matters. Well, the worst thing that happened, and I've made it even worse, is I developed a fairly major oil leak, which I am thinking is down on one of the side covers. And then when I was checking the oil last, I forgot to put the cap back on, and it made a mess of the engine bay. So nobody but myself to blame for all of this mess, but I do have to tackle those side covers. I picked up some new gaskets, and I'm hoping to be able to replace that without having to take the manifolds off. Because if you saw an earlier video of mine, you know what a bit of a challenge it is, particularly with this one nut down here on the side of the header. So stay tuned and let's see how things go. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to clean up the mess I made off to the side here. Well, done a cursory cleanup of the oil spill from leaving the cap off, and it's still a ways to go. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try. So my next step is to remove the carburetors, and you've seen me do that before with my little bar, so I'll get those off. But once I've got the carburetors out of the way and the heat shield, I'm hoping I can get to those side covers without having to remove the manifolds. All right, I'll get the air cleaner off. All right, we'll put our bar back in. Hold the carbs together. Okay, those are good and snug. I'll disconnect the fuel line after I get something to plug the line with. I'll just set that off to one side. And I'll get rid of the vent hoses. Crankcase ventilation hose. That's that. We'll tuck that under there as well. Now, as I have done in the past, should be able to pull this whole thing off. And set it up over here. Let's just get those insulators out of the way. Here we go. All right. Now, not sure how well I can be able to see this, but there's one nut for one of the front cover or bolt, and then there's the other bolt for the back cover. And it looks like I may have to replace both. So I'm going to try and get those bolts out of there without having to take the header off. Well, I have both of the side covers off now, and the gaskets on here are the neoprene ones, and they are a little hard, and they weren't stuck. I'll be replacing those with the cork ones. So next up, I'm going to get the old gaskets cleaned up and cleaned off, remove all the old sealant, and then start from there. All right, I have these all nice and clean and dry now. And you can see this is the front one, and this is the back one. Now here's the two gaskets. I've already done some work on this one. You can see it's a bit misshapen, gets fairly wide, and that is too wide to fit in the slot. So I've taken some time to trim these down, and I've got this one to fit quite nicely. It doesn't look like it at the moment, but I'll show you that. So the next step, I'm going to run some sealant around the perimeter of the back cover in order to kind of seal it up. I'm actually going to use the other two silicone gaskets and a spare cover from another engine to clamp that into it. So that'll make a bit more sense once I get to that. Now the RTV I do have is kind of all stiff and that up in here. So I'm just going to poke a hole in the side here. I've had this around for an awful long time. So I'll just poke a hole in here. You can see that's not the first time I've done it. And that way I can squeeze some out. I'll spread it out with that little screwdriver. And this is just blue RTV silicone gasket maker, and that'll help secure the gasket to the cover. So the way this is set up, you only need the sealant on the cover itself, and you don't need it where the composite gasket hits the block itself. So I'll get the RTV in there, and then I'll show you how I'm going to clamp it in there just to hold it in place while it sets up. And I'll repeat the process with the front cover. I have a nice even coat of the RTV around the whole perimeter. So now what I'm going to do is push the modified gasket into position. And that does fit in there. Now to make sure that is all good, I'll just wipe off a little bit of excess here already. All right, I'm going to lay the other two gaskets on top. I'm going to put this on top of that. And then I'm going to take it over to the vise. So now you can see I've got it sandwiched in the vise. I'll let that set for a couple of hours, and we should be good to go. So it's got that clamped in there nice. I'll just wipe off any excess that I can see. And yeah, quite happy with how that process worked. I'm going to have to figure out something a little different for the front cover. But I'll repeat the process on trimming the gasket down to fit. Well, a little bit of a different route with the front cover. I just got it clamped in the vise across the bottom, and a couple of dollar store clamps around the perimeter, and that'll hold that in. So I'm going to call that part done, and I switched this over just to a C-clamp on the rear cover, and I've just used an old, like I said, I used an old cover for that. Oh, here's the back cover. I'll just clean up some of the mess there. And then let's get this one out of here. Remove all the clamps. And there we have front cover all ready to go. And again, I'll just clean up a little bit of excess sealant there. And let's try and get these back on the car. Now, when installing these, I'm not going to put any sealant on this surface, but I am going to put a tiny bit of sealant on the shoulder of these bolts. There is some kind of seal in the hole, but I'll just put a little bit of the RTV on there just to make sure it does seal up. Well, let's get set up to get things back together. Yeah, it's going to be easier to show you how to have the front one. You can see here, right there is the hole for the bolt to go through. Now, the tricky part with these is getting them to line up. Get this bolt started. And you can see I put a little bit of sealant on the bolt. Get it started in there. All right. I don't know whether you can see that or not. It's actually staying in the hole. So I'll get maybe able to get a ratchet on that one. Or I'm gonna cheat a little bit, use my 13 mil ratcheting. Oops. There we go. One nice thing with these newer side cover plates is they're a little more robust and much different than the old ones. All right, I've got the back panel now. Get this in here. They now have both those pant covers in place and nicely snugged up. Hopefully that's cured the oil leak, but only time will tell. Well, now it's just a matter of putting the carbs back on and the air filter back on, and then we'll check the oil level, hook up the hoses, and away we go. Now I've got the carbs and the air filter back on. Fuel line's hooked up here, and the crankcase ventilation line is hooked up. A couple more things I just want to wipe down before I button everything up. So I'm going to call that a job well done. I guess time will tell whether I fix the leak or not, but I'm very confident that I have done so. Well, that's a wrap for this video. As well as doing those side covers, I decided while I was at it to do the valve cover as well. Just repeated the same process as far as cleaning it and putting in the RTV. So hopefully that's done the trick. And I know I mentioned it lots during the video, but I am very happy to not have to take the header and intake manifold off. Anyway, time will tell whether that stopped the leak or not. I'm pretty sure it did. So if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to share it with your friends. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget that little bell icon. Click on that. You'll get notified when the next video comes out. If you have any ideas or suggestions, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you'd like to see where this project started, I'll put a link to that video up in the top corner. And if you want to catch up on the previous video, I'll put a link to that one in the bottom corner. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Ian. This is the Econobox Garage. We'll see you next time.